Good day, ma'am. I am one of the reporter of the Module 15 titled The Issue About Sabah, which is the North Borneo. My subtopic is, where is Sabah? What are the legal and historical basis of the Philippines of Sabah claim? So let's proceed to where is Sabah. Sabah is one of the 13 states of Malaysia. It is located on the northern part of the island of Borneo and bordered by Sarawak, which is the southwest, and Kalimantan or Indonesian Borneo, which is the south. Sabah has an 800 to 900 mile or 1,290 to 1,450 kilometer long, heavily indented coastline that is washed by South China, Sulu, and Celebes Seas. The capital of Sabah is Kota Kinabalu. So, it was known as North Borneo during the British colonial period until referred as the land below the wind, a phrase used by Sulu pirates in the past because of its position below the typhoon belt. So, plantation agriculture began early in the 20th century and produces tobacco, coconut, and oil palm. Exports include timber, rubber, copra, and abaca. Industries include sawmilling and the manufacture of rubber goods. The Malay, Kadazan, Chinese, Bajau, Morot, and are the main ethnic group. According to historical accounts, the royal family of Sulu in Brunei were distant relatives. Intermarriage took place among them, resulting in close diplomatic relations between the two nations. So, Sabah is approximately 30 minutes away from the southernmost island of Tawi-Tawi and around 3 hours by motor land from Bonggao and Capital. Sabah contacts were confined to the Philippines for centuries. Cross-border trade has flourished in the area due to the proximity of Sabah to the Philippines. So the secessionist movement launched by the Moro National Liberation Front, which is the MNLF, the early 70s brought an influx of migrants to Sabah for fear of being caught in the crossfire. Sabah is now the home of nearly 500,000 Filipinos, ang kadaghanan kay Muslim from Mindanao, Sulu ug Tawi-Tawi. Ang Filipino workforce sa Sabah kay naka-contribute og dako nga development sa lugar. So, let's proceed to what are the historical legal basis of the Philippines Sabah claim. So, in the early part of the 17th century, Sabah belonged to the Sultan of Brunei. With the assassination of the 12th Sultan of Brunei, Muhammad Ali. So, ang Sultan of Brunei kay mao na si Muhammad Ali nagi-assassinate. A war broke out over the right of succession between the alleged perpetrator Bendihera Abdul Mubin and Pangeran Bungso, a nephew to the slain Sultan. So, mao ni siya ang katonimpyo na katong gi-assassinate na Sultan. So, a leader of one of a warring factions went to the Sultan of Sulu for assistance. Badaruddin, the Sultan of Sulu, a relative of both claimants to the throne, supported Pangeran Bungso, who took the name of Sultan Muad'Din, by dispatching his force to Brunei to help the latter. Sultan Muad'Din emerged victorious. So, in 1658, Sabah was bestowed na regalo sa Sulu Sultanate by the Sultan of Brunei. Isip na pasalamat sa pagtabang nila sa pagsuppress sa rebellion. As a consequence, ang Sultan sa Sulu nakakuha og dakong influensya over the territory. So, in January 1878, Baron Gustavus von Overbeck, the Austrian consul general in Hong Kong, traveled to Sulu to negotiate with the Sultan regarding the lease of Sabah on behalf of Alfred Dent, an English merchant, who advanced 10,000 English pounds for the venture. At the time of the negotiation, a Spanish expeditionary force under Captain General Malcampo was dispatched against Hamahol Alam, the Sulu Sultan. So tungod ani gitik advantage nila ang situation, gipressure nila ayo ang Sultan sa Sulu to list the Sabah. On January 22, 1878, His Majesty Sultan Hamahol Alam Kiram ay entered into a deed of pajak with North Borneo Chartered Company represented by Gustavus Bon, Overbeck, and Alfred Dent. The deed was written in the Malaysian language and in Arabic characters. It used the Tausug word pajak to describe the nature of the contract. So, but the Dutch, American, and Spanish scholars translated the word pajak to mean lease, or the Spanish word arrendamiento. The contract is stipulated. The lease prohibits the transfer of Sabah to any nation entity, company, of individual without the approval of Her Majesty's government, which is the Great Britain. So, in 1903, the company asked Sultan Hamahol Kiram to execute the confirmatory deed to confirm the contract of 1878 and expressly recognized that the Sulu Sultanate was sovereign in Sabah. From 1978 to 1946, the North Borneo Chartered Company administered the disputed territory. So, during this period, it paid the Sultan of Sulu an annual rental of 5,000 Malayan dollars, which was increased to $5,300. So, gidako siya og $300. Then, 6 days after granting of independence of the Philippines by the United States in 1946, the British Crown entered into a contract with the NBCC, thereby the company transferred to the British Crown all its rights to the state of North Borneo. So, on June 22, 1962, the Philippines nagformal og filed og claim sa Sabah with the United Kingdom. Then, it is claimed sovereignty, jurisdiction, and proprietary ownership over Sabah as successor and interest to the Sultan of Sulu. Despite this claim, Malaysia included Sabah in its federal territory in 1963 when it gained independence from British rule. So, the legal luminaries such as a former Senator Jovito Salonga urged that sovereign over Sabah cannot be exercised or transferred by a non-sovereign to a sovereign country, as what happened when Great Britain assumed control over the territory from NBCCC to 0.6. Furthermore, the Sulu Sultanate has proprietary rights but has lost its sovereignty over Sabah when it was absorbed by the Philippines. So, only states have sovereign rights as far as the United Nations is concerned. Thank you for watching, ma'am. My report ends here. My co-report will continue the 3 and 4.